Hey, this is Flora with another mindset shift. Now, this is the first one on 2020. So, Happy New Year to you. Thank you for tuning in for this video. Thank you for tuning in for all of those videos that we share and the messages that I shared with you last year. And as we start in the new year and even a new decade, if you want, I think it's even more important to take some time and, decide what it is that we want to achieve in this year. Reflect a little bit on what it is that you want to create in your life in this new year. And over the couple of last days, I took time with my wife Florina, and we sat together and we look at how this 2019 uh, went for us, what it is that we wanted to achieve. We look back through our notes from January last year when we sat in this very place here and plan for 2019. And now we're again in the same place and taking time to reflect upon 2020. And as we start this new year, there is a question that I want you to consider, and I want to share with you some thoughts that I think are really, really important for you to consider. And the first thing that I want you to consider is your dream your dream? What I mean by that, I'm now going through a book by John Maxwell, Put Your Dream to the Test, and in one of the chapter he says, it's a quote by T.S. Eliot. He says, "Whatever you think, be sure that is what you think. Whatever you want, be sure that is what you want. Whatever you feel, be sure that is what you feel." And I can tell you a story about, when I was in my, I think maybe this was in the third grade or fourth grade. So I was probably 11, 12 years old. And at that time, my mom wanted us, me and my brother, my little brother, to become a musician. And my dad and my mom, they knew that we 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 maybe didn't have that skill for being a musician, but they they bought a piano. They bought actually an electric piano, and they wanted us to take piano classes. And we took piano classes for probably 3 or 4 years in a row, but we didn't really got good at it. We didn't really. I have a good ear. I could sense a music. I could feel the music. I could feel when there is a bad note, when something is not in harmony, is not in sync. I can feel that. I can hear that. I have a good ear, but I didn't have the dexterity, and my fingers were actually not you know uh, the best size or the best shape for a piano player. But we still had those lessons, and we did this because my mom and dad wanted us to learn to play piano, because in those days they had some probably models in their lives where people earn money from playing music and being a musician. And so they wanted us to try it and then to become a musician. And I remember my grandfather sent my mom to take also music classes as well. So that might be something that she learned from her father, our grandfather, and she wanted us to do as well. And I remember one day our piano teacher come to our apartment to teaches us piano lessons, and me and my brother, we just locked the door, and we didn't let her come in. And she was surprised and that we are not at home. We just hide, and we play like we are not at home. And she went back to her place, to her apartment, and she then spoke to my mom and said, "Oh, what happened with the little boys? I came to for the piano lesson and they were not at home." But we were at home, but we didn't let her in. That was just because we didn't really had a passion for piano. We didn't have a passion for music, and this was mostly my mom's dream for us. Then when it come to choosing my career path in engineering and going to the automotive school, again was my dad who said, "Okay, when you finish first grade, I don't trust in you to be a good student. So I want to keep an eye on you. So you should come to our high school here, and where I can keep an eye on you, and I know that I can speak with the teachers so they can keep an eye on you." So I chosen to go to the automotive, high school, and then follow up into a faculty, and then started a career in the automotive industry, just because that was my father's choice for me. And why all this matters? Why all this matters for you is because anytime you see someone, making a midlife, shift, a midlife career, a midlife, transition, then you would know that they have lived someone else's dream until that age. And I just made a shift this last year, 2019, where I completely, transition out from the engineering work, from the automotive field, and focus only on building people and businesses and helping people, reach their potential. So the question that I invite you to answer, is it your dream, your dream? Is it what you want for 2020? Is it really what you want? Or is it your spouse? Or is it what your children want from you? Or is it what your boss wants from you? And I want you to really, really consider this question. And, for the same purpose and helping you to set your goals for 2020 and get really clear about your dream, your purpose, and your goals, I set up a webinar. So next Wednesday on January 8th at 7 o'clock Swedish time, we would hold a 1 hour webinar where I will walk you through all these steps where you go from your purpose to your vision to goals, and to make sure that your dreams are in alignment with your purpose, and then give you some questions from this very book here to know if this is really, really your dream. So I hope you would have a wonderful 2020, that this will be your best year ever, and that you will join us on Wednesday, January 8th at 7 o'clock for the 7 steps to flesh out your perfectly clear 2020 vision. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope you join us. Take care. Bye bye.